Today I'm going to show you how I organize my Lightroom catalog so that I can quickly and easily find the weddings that I'm looking for, as well as edit old photos in my new style quickly and efficiently. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Tom. I'm a wedding photographer based in the UK. On this channel, we explore strategies and tools to help you grow your wedding photography business in a way that works for you. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to show you my file structure. So for weddings, everything comes under two folders, and that is Lightroom Ready RAWs and Photo Dump. Now, the difference between these two is Photo Dump is all of the unselected photos that clients never really see, and also Lightroom Ready RAWs are the ones that are chosen through the culling process. It's important to keep my Photo Dump folder for several reasons. One is that once I deliver the gallery, some clients might ask for photos that are possibly missing or haven't made the cut. And that's fine. I'll go back into my Photo Dump and try and find them for the client. And also, it's in my contract that I keep my unedited RAWs in the Photo Dump folder for 1 year after the wedding. After that 1 year is up, I will give my clients the opportunity to purchase all of the unseen RAWs that are in this folder. So usually that ends up being about 5,000 photos. So if I go into a random one, like these guys, for example, I've got both my cameras there. So if I go to info, I can see exactly how many photos are in that folder in a second. So that's 3,878 photos. So after that year is up, I will say to them, you can have access to all of those photos for about £500, and I will batch edit them. So basically what I'll do is I'll run it through AI. It will edit it in my current style, so it's always updated. Often my editing style changes every year, so I'll tell the client that the unseen images will be edited in my new style, which is another selling point, and they can just see all of the unseen moments from the day. Now, I do make it clear that a lot of the photos will be blurry, or photos of the floor, or just accidental photos that they might not want to see. But more often than not, when I send out a batch of these emails to my clients every summer, I'd say about 4 or 5 of them will happily pay £500 to see all of the photos that they haven't seen yet of their wedding day. That's a really, really easy way just to bring in a bit more money. So that's why I keep my Photo Dump folder around for a year, as well as the fact that they might want some photos as well straight after the wedding that wasn't included in the wedding gallery that I might have missed. All of the selected photos end up in the Lightroom Ready RAW folders. This folder I keep for 5 years. All of the selected RAWs are kept for 5 years, as well as the graded images. They're also kept for 5 years. That is in my contract. I do, however, keep some of them for more than 5 years, especially the weddings that I really liked, and I know that I'm going to reuse the photos in the future. So those photos will be used for re-edits, for example. It's always nice to have a content bank from years and years going back with photos that I know I love, the RAWs that I know I love, that I can edit in my new style as it gets updated. So when I'm culling, I always move my photos from the Photo Dump folder over to the Lightroom Ready RAW folder. I never copy them, I just move them, so there's no duplicates anywhere. So I'm going to take you into one of my Lightroom Ready RAW folders before I take you through my Lightroom catalog. So if we look at a finished one here, let's take my most recent full wedding. Okay, so we've got RAWs in here. So that's camera 1, camera 2, and my drone shots. I've got my graded images in here. So this is the finished folder of fully graded images. This is what I deliver to the client. There's 803 photos in there. Got an Instagram post. I always keep my Instagram posts that I've done for certain weddings in the folder. So you can see here, that's my full Instagram layout there, exported from Canva. And then a preview folder separately as well. So that's got my preview RAWs in there. And the previews themselves that I have also delivered to the client. So that's 43 previews in there. So that comes 2 days after the wedding. So what this looks like when I import it into Lightroom, and let's show you, what wedding was it? Harry and Luke. Okay, so I just showed you these guys. So this is what it looks like in Lightroom. Each individual wedding is split into a collection. It's not split into separate catalogs because it just takes too long to open and organize. My catalogs are done by year. So as you can see here, it's 2025 catalog up at the top. Within that catalog, I have collections, and every single one of them is numbered, and it correlates to the number that they have in my filing structure. So as you can see, this one is 150 Harry and Luke. And in Lightroom, it's also imported as 150 Harry and Luke. I import these directly from Aftershoot, and I cull them with Fast Raw Viewer. Honestly, you can cull with anything you want. It doesn't make a difference. All the programs are very similar. There is a good free one called Narrative, but again, it's just personal preference. Cull with whatever you like. It really doesn't make a difference at the end of the day. I never cull with AI because I've tried it, but I think culling really needs a human touch, whereas editing, AI is a good base for an edit. It's just like a preset, just slightly better. So all of them come in pre-edited by AI, and then I will go through individually and edit them myself. I'm going to take you to some slightly better photos later on. So they'll come in edited with AI, and then I'll go through and edit each individual one myself. So as you can see, the import here is imported with the AI settings. Obviously it's not a grade that I particularly like. So I edited it, removed the people in the background, and then exported it. So that would be the final image. As you can see, there are some that are 5-starred. It is a really, really good habit to get into when you're going through your edits to rate some of your photos 5 stars, because you can look at the entire gallery, all photographs. So you can see there's 44,000 photos that I've done this year. You can narrow it down to rated photos only, and then it will show you all your favorite images from the year. That's really useful for coming up with more content on Instagram. It's just useful for a myriad of things. Even in the individual galleries, it can always be nice to go back and look at the individual ones that you have rated as your best images. So that's a really easy thing to get into a habit of, and I'd suggest doing that. I often export the 5-star images as ones for submissions as well. So if I submit to a magazine or a blog, and they tend to ask for a highlight selection, I wouldn't send them full galleries. What I'll do is export the 5-starred images from my gallery and send those as the preview photos for them. Once I've exported all my images, I will then go on to Pic-Time and organize them all into separate categories. These categories tend to be the same every single time. So that'll be previews at the top. That will always be the one that I send to the couple first. Bridal prep will then be the first one that's after the previews. Then ceremony, reception, couple photos, wedding breakfast, and evening. So the quickest way I found to do that is by looking at your Lightroom catalog after exporting. And then for morning photos, I will try and find the last one before the ceremony. So for that one, that would be number 37, because you've got the car here pulling up to the ceremony. So we know that 1 to 37 are the morning photos. So I'll go back to my graded folder, go 1 to 37, select all of those, and then bring them into my bridal prep folder here. I'll just drag them into the Pic-Time folder. Obviously not going to do that because it will actually add the photos to the live client gallery. And then I'll carry on. So I'll select the next one, 38. I know that's my first ceremony image, and then go all the way to the end of the ceremony. So this is when they're walking out with the confetti throw. And the last one would be 157, because that's at the end of their confetti throw. So again, I'd scroll down to that, find 157, select all of them by pressing Shift left click. That's the same on Windows and Mac as well. And then again, drag those all into the ceremony folder. So no, that's a short and quite a boring topic, but always important to know how to organize your photos in Lightroom. And it's especially useful when you want to go back and find some old images that you want to re-edit in your new style. For example, this is one of my favorite ever weddings here, and I think this was back in 2022, but it's nice and structured, so I can re-edit it now in this new style that I've got. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like and a comment. And as always, I will see you in the next one.